you did not come down to City Hall. It was a hit. It was bad. We made the newspaper. It was bad. I was so nervous because you know how you think people. We had like 200 or 300 people walk through, but 60 came to the little dinner thing on Friday, and then on the 22nd, the kickoff. Then we showed local color, and we got the rest of the year booked. We're gonna have to squeeze you in, okay?
You're gonna find time. You're gonna find
Yes,
for me.
yes, I am.
Appreciate it. Do you know? There's a woman named Michelle Alexander who wrote a book called The New Jim Crow. Have you heard about that book?
Yeah, I have. I can't read no more. I will pop. I will explode.
Well, we're trying to get her here through conjunction with Portland, and then get her to speak in North
Well, write
Portland.
that down.
Oh no! Send me an email, and I'll include
Okay.
you once we get her to confirm.
Write
to
her
come here
name
to the
down
school.
because I need to ask about her.
Okay.
Can I interject just a quick question? Do you mind? Just put it on here.
Go ahead.
Now, tell me about the Occupy the School. Occupy the Schools, Evelyn.
Well, basically, what's happening is that every kind of negotiation and rules and regulations have been written about the unfair treatment of African American males in the Portland school districts throughout the state of Oregon, which mostly here in Portland. But basically, what we want to do is make sure that that stops. And then that every avenue has been breached. It is now time to occupy Portland School District, which is the largest school district I think in Oregon that has the largest number of African American, Native American, and Hispanic Americans. So if we can get family members to come out and sit down and occupy, and this is not political. Now some people might want to make it political, but it's not actually political. It's a human right to get an education. Well, since Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, it's a human right within the United States, these here in the United States of America, that all children receive an equal and fair education.
Okay. Exactly.
And if we're not going to do that, then I think we need to let the message clear. It worked for Martin Luther King. It worked for the Million Man March. It worked for Occupying Wall Street. We're just going to occupy the school district down here off of Broadway.
Okay.
So we want any and everyone that stands for justice to join it. We're going to be putting it on Facebook tonight, and we're going to get permits. We're going to do it all legal because
Nice.
any public throughway where public taxes are paid, we have a right to do, as long as we leave a path so that the educators or the people at the school district can park their cars, as long as they can, we don't block any human bodies. Legally, we can do it, and there's nothing that the city of Portland can do. I honestly believe that outgoing Mayor Adams will be more than happy to support that. We're going to try to bring in the African American Studies Department. We're going to try to bring in Parents Union with Sheila Warren. And we're going to bring in the NAACP, the Urban League, and anyone else that's out there that's knowing that this is going on. I mean, this is 2012. We're in the millennium. Hey, people, let's make it happen. And we're also going to have Glendora Claybrooks come and speak on Willie Lynch and how they're lynching our African American children and poor white children. That with classism, equity, I mean, if you're white, it doesn't mean that you're rich, you know. And sometimes white privilege is not enough if you don't have the money to go with it. Okay, if you don't have the status to go with it.
Okay, so thank you, Evelyn. Evelyn, do you have a date yet for this?
We haven't set a date out, but we're going to be on Facebook.
Okay.
We're going to be on Facebook, and I'm contacting Glendora Claybrooks from the National Action Network, Al Sharpton, because I'm not into politics. What I'm into is human rights. Everybody has a right to be able to purchase Charmin toilet paper, paper towels, have a roof over their head, have food in their house, and free education like it's promised. And when you don't get that, when it's hindered in any way because you're black and you're targeted and you're being suspended because you're a black child, a young black male, but if you were a white male doing the same infractions, you get a slap on the wrist. And we all know what time that is. Anybody out there for justice knows what time it is. And it is time to occupy Portland School District office right off of Broadway. Okay?
Thank
And
you,
we're going to do it legally.
Okay.
Be sure to send me an email. I'm Scott. Nice to meet you. I'm just really interested in this conversation because it's not just Portland. It's the African American male across the country being victimized and treated locked up and all
But,
sorts of different things.
but the
like
thing
you
of
said,
it is,
for the slap
yeah,
on the hand that a
but
white
my
person
thing
gets.
is, as long as we treat it as a political issue, we lose a battle. When you treat it as a human right, then dignity is involved. Am I right?
Okay. Awesome. That's very sweet. We're just finishing the 40th anniversary of the 40th year of the Black Studies
Doesn't matter as
program
long as
at
you're helping
PSU.
It's about human rights.
Dr. Harry Sr.
It's human
Johnson
rights.
was
You know
here
what I'm saying?
from the
And that's
memorial
what's
that was
always
built to
been
Martin Luther King Jr. in Washington,
right.
D.C. He
Just
had raised
human
$170
rights.
million
Equality, human
to
rights.
create
It's
that
all about
monument, and he was here and
human
spoke,
rights.
and we
Now,
had a
when
band and a
politicians
party.
come in, and there's a school district covered with parents with their kids in sleeping bags, that's human rights. When a prisoner can be in prison, that was a documentary on what's the name of the place where they keep the prisoners from that bombed the World Trade
Guantanamo?
Building? Guantanamo Bay. Did you know they qualify for transplants, eye surgery? They get full, complete surgery versus the human rights of a mother with her children. Can't even get an education because skin black. Can't get an education because you're white and you're poor. Okay? What they got to do with politics? That's human right. Even Jesus was. That's why Jesus was here. Human rights.
Thank
Thank you.